Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro friends. On today's episode of the podcast, we are talking about a story that I actually was told by my mother. It is a story called Sold Out, Gone Fishing. But before I tell you the story, I just wanted to remind you that if you haven't registered for our 3-day event, a new coffee industry that's happening free online, please go to mapitforward.org/events and register for this online free event that will be available for free for a limited amount of time. So, onto the story. Sold out, gone fishing. This story is a really poignant one for the time that we're facing. And the reason that I wanted to talk to you about this story is because it's a story of perspective. And my mother told me this story when I was setting up Elixir Specialty Coffee some 5 years ago. And she heard this story on the radio. And we happened to be talking about what I wanted for Elixir. And we were talking about how different people go about setting what their business strategies are and what they're going to aim for. And my mother heard me talking about this stuff and she said, I want to tell you this story that I heard on the radio the other day. And it made me think about you and the endeavor that you're going on. And this story has always stuck. And so here's the story, Sold Out, Gone Fishing. There was a man who was flying from Sydney to Adelaide. And Adelaide is a city in Australia. And he was flying there and read in a magazine that there was this very famous pie shop in Adelaide. And that if he wanted to get a pie there, he would need to go early in the morning to make sure that he got a pie. And he was in Adelaide or going to be in Adelaide for a meeting for one day. And he would arrive in the morning. And so at 10:30 in the morning, he carried himself to the pie shop straight from the airport and went to get one of these delicious pies. In Australia, meat pies are a big deal. We eat them a lot. And so he wanted to go and taste these world famous pies. And so at 10:30, he got there and there was a sign on the door that said, Sold Out, Gone Fishing. Very curious, he thought. It's 10:30 in the morning. How can this place be sold out of pies? All right, I'm going to extend my trip one day and I'm going to come tomorrow. And so the next day he came. And he came to this pie shop at 9:30 thinking, well, there's no pie shop or no bakery that would be sold out by 9:30 in the morning, surely. Sure enough, he turned up and at 9:30 in the morning, he got there and there was a sign on the door that said, Sold Out, Gone Fishing. He extended one more day and he said, I have to understand exactly why these pies are so famous and so popular that they would be sold out by 9:30 in the morning. So the next day he came at 7:30 in the morning and there was one pie left. And he bought the pie, he tasted the pie and he thought, my God, these are amazing. And he said to the person who served him, are you the owner of this pie shop? And he said, yes, I am. He said, but you're the only one here. He said, yeah, I work on my own. And he said, can I ask you, if your pies are so popular and you sell out by 9:30 every morning, why don't you just make more pies? And he said, listen, my friend, I have figured out exactly how much money I'll need to run my business, pay my wages, have enough left over for retirement, and also have a little bit left over in case there's an emergency. And so I make exactly enough pies that I can sell every day that will cover all of my costs and a little bit extra. And as soon as that last pie is sold, I close the doors And I go do the thing that I love doing the most in life every single day. I go fishing. And he said, so if you don't mind, I got to go fishing. You bought the last pie. Thank you. And I'll see you later. And the man walked off and was thinking about how this incredibly, potentially uber successful guy is wasting his opportunity and going fishing when he could be making so much money. And he missed the point of the whole thing. In a time where we are presented with a mirror, I guess that's the best way I can put it. We are presented with an opportunity to look in the mirror and reassess everything that is important to us, that is significant to us, that is, time, money, the people we love, the relationships that we have, all of those things. We are presented with an opportunity to reassess what we think about all of those things. Are you going to be the person who takes account of what's important to you and figures out how you can take that and make as much money as possible and never find an end game and just go hard and want more and more and more and just keep grinding? Or are you going to reassess and make a decision of what it is that you really love, what this moment in the history of your life is showing you in the mirror that you're looking at? And are you going to take notice? Are you going to figure out what it is that means something to you? What is your fishing? What is your equivalent of fishing? And are you going to dare to write the sign, sold out, gone fishing, and start drawing a line in the sand that tells you how much is enough, and carve out the space in your life so that you can go fishing, so that you realize that you deserve to go fishing? Are you going to unhook yourself from the competition that you seem to be racing in? For what? Do you need to be spending all the money that you're spending? Do you need to be earning all the money that you want to be earning? Do you need to be exhausting yourself the way that you're exhausting yourself? When is enough enough? We are in a moment in history where we can make these decisions and you won't be considered crazy because there are many other people that are reflecting on the same kinds of things right now. So ask yourself, what is your gone fishing? And what is the point where you can make enough pies? And then figure out how to make them, how to sell them, and be daring enough. Have the massive, massive courage to turn around and say, that's enough. I'm sold out and I'm going fishing because I deserve to live. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be fulfilled. I deserve peace of mind. These are all very important life currencies. These are all very, very important life currencies. And that is the story and the reflection on the story of Sold Out, Gone Fishing. I hope you enjoy it. It was life-changing for me when my mother shared that story with me. And I have used it as a compass for how much is enough. I live my life as a minimalist. I don't buy things that I don't need. And partly I was pushed into that out of necessity as a business owner. I wanted to build a business that didn't take money from outside. But in order to do that, you have to be prepared to live within your means. And they are some humble means, I got to tell you. But in this time of COVID-19, it has served me incredibly well. And so I hope that this story has been something to feed you and you're pondering with. If it has, I invite you to tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me how this story affected you. I'd really love to hear your thoughts, and just leave your thoughts in the comments. I know a bunch of you guys tend to prefer not to publicly comment, so you're welcome to email us as well. support@mapitforward.org. Peace, love, and peanut butter, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day.